Hey, Nate with Bluesoft here. So I wanted to put together a quick video really just to show you kind of our process, how we work, what it's like to work with us, and why these things are so important for small businesses. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. All right, so the first step in a process is the discovery session. That's where we really take the time to learn about your business, products, services, value propositions, things like that. Everything is really going to help us build your website. After this, we go into the sitemap and keyword research phase. So this is where we're really planning out the website and all the pages that you're going to have on there, including the hierarchy. So like, for example, services, under services, in this case, we have garage cabinets. So this is just a sample project that we're actually currently in development on. So to really figure out what pages we're going to have on the website, we discuss that with you, but also it can, what we discover during the keyword research phase is going to have an impact on that as well. So to show you that, we use premium tools. We like Mangools.com. We pay a premium price for this every month in order to really be able to perform really accurate keyword research. So what we're doing here is we would, for example, put in one of your services and then really dive deep to look at the keywords that are available, what people are using. And we're looking at three main things. We're looking at search volume, buyer intent, and competition, right? So we want to go after keywords that have good search volume. We want to go after keywords that have good buyer intent, right? They're not just in the research phase. They're actually looking to hire your services. So one good example that I like to use is knee pain versus best knee surgeon in Phoenix, right? So the keywords best knee surgeon in Phoenix are really way more down the road in terms of buying cycle, right? So knee pain, they might just need an Advil, right? They're in the beginning research phase. So if we're going to put time, effort, energy, resources into trying to rank for keywords, we want to make sure that they're valuable for your business. So that's what we're doing here. And really, this tool allows us to understand the competition. So the darker the green, the better. And in this lower right-hand corner, these are the Google search engine results page right here. So we can actually analyze the competition without having to go back and forth between Google. And we're getting a lot of other important factors like domain age, page authority, citation flow, all this good stuff. It just really allows us to understand the level of competition is out there and craft your content accordingly. So after the sitemap phase, we get this approved through you. We understand the project scope, all the pages that are going to be on there, and we have a focus keyword on a per page basis, as well as supporting keywords on a per page basis. And this is also important because Google ranks web pages, not necessarily websites. So to give an example of this, if someone's searching for garage cabinets, in this case, for example, most likely, if we're ranking for garage storage cabinets, Google's most likely going to show them your garage cabinets page in this case, right? Not necessarily the home page. So really, the more optimized pages you have around each specific service that you offer, the better chance you have of showing up in organic search engine results pages in Google. So, and other search engines as well, like Bing. So that is kind of the overall overview of the sitemap process and why that's so important. Now, going to the content phase, I'm just going to go ahead and open up a wireframe here. We built this wireframe based on a number of famous copywriters, Jim Edwards, Dan Kennedy. The overall content framework is meant to build credibility, overcome objections, and just get them to take action. And so what we do when we're crafting your content here is you can see we're putting the focus keyword and supporting keywords here at the top. So as we're going through, we're getting those keywords in important places like the H1 tag. This is an H1 tag. Think of it as like the document of the page title document right here. So this is probably one of the most important places. An H1 tag appears once on a web page and probably has the most weight. And there's a lot of other search engine optimization that we're doing on the back end. And so diving into that, we got kind of our overall framework, which is the headline. We want to pull them in. Obviously, we're writing for users and readability and the user experience, but we do also have to take in search engines to account, right, by getting those keywords into there. So we're getting those throughout. In some instances, we like to do a shocking statement, and then we like to provide the problem, agitate, and then provide you as a solution. Bullet points, features, benefit, meaning. In this case, we added a color library, testimonial slider, kind of some of the local services, a call to action. And another thing we like to do is add an FAQ section. This does a number of things. Number one, it allows us to really provide value to the readers so that they can get their questions answered about your services. So it allows them to self-service. Additionally, it allows us to get more keyword-rich content on the web page. So it's going to help improve on-page search engine optimization. And then at the end here, we like to kind of mention your other services so that people can explore those in case they're looking. And then we like to do a service area map so that people understand your location and the service area that you serve. Now to kind of show you what this looks like. Now this is a bit of a custom project. I did all of the videography and photography for this project. So you can see right here we have a background video. Shows a process which I think is critical, especially to local services when you're going to have employees entering people's homes or businesses. I think it's good to show who is entering the business. And I think authenticity builds trust and it just makes the whole process a lot easier. So as you can kind of see how that wireframe translates to the web page here. Again, these are the bullet points right here. We got our reviews here, call to action, FAQ section. And this is pretty standard in terms of our overall look and appearance, as we really focus on bringing businesses the most value possible. We do complete custom projects. Those are kind of a separate service in terms of how we operate. But in terms of just getting a really high value quality website that's going to offer your users a really good experience, you can expect something along these lines. Of course, if you provide the photography, we're happy to use that. We can also use stock photos. Of course, we always prefer authentic photography. Now, another thing about our websites is we test them thoroughly on all devices to make sure that it's going to look good. So if we go to iPhone here, and we had to do an accessibility feature for these guys because they wanted that. But overall, if you look right here, you got the phone number here at the top. The navigation super easy to use. And scrolling down, you can see it stacks really nice there. Oops, switch pages. It stacks really nice. We've got some kind of flip options for these. We could even go to some galleries and check those out. So we'll go to closets here. And yeah, so you can see how the photos stack nicely. They look good. And we could even pop right into an iPad Pro here. And you're going to see it stacks really nice, easy to use. So responsive design is obviously a huge thing these days. You want to make sure that your website looks good in all devices. In fact, it's most industries, people see over 60% of their visitors actually hitting their website on a mobile device. So yeah, other than that, we get your approval on the design. We launch that, and then you're good to go on that. And of course, another thing actually that I skipped over is the branding phase. So if we look at the branding here, so this is something that, very few design agencies do. And we feel it's critical before we even start the design process, actually. So what we do is we take your logo, we create high resolution versions of those logos so that they're going to look nice, clean, and crisp no matter where they're at. We pull out the colors from your logo so that you can have a consistent color palette and they're being used. So if you're doing social media posts, print, whatever designs, billboards, even additional web pages, we want to make sure that it's all congruent. So we like to define your color palette. And here's all kind of high resolution versions of the logo. So we took the icon out. We have kind of a version for darker backgrounds, a version for lighter backgrounds. You can see them right here. And different formats too, right? Because sometimes you need more of a square format for things like social media or maybe business cards or whatever. And then sometimes you need a horizontal format for other platforms. So it's nice to have those. We store those in a Google Drive for you so that they're always accessible, easy to get to. And what that is going to do really when you have all of the stuff defined is it's going to create a really nice brand no matter how people find you. And this is kind of some internal stuff where we define everything on the website. We're very meticulous about spacing. But what we also do is we define your typography, which is also just as really as critical as your colors, making sure your typography is consistent, right? So for headings, we have Antonio, and for body text, we have Roboto in this case. So defining that, it really takes the guesswork out of design. And what we find often too is like if you're hiring a designer, you're working with a social media expert or whatever, it makes it very easy to make sure that everybody's on the same page. Because I can't tell you how many times we see someone hire a social media expert and then they start using a completely different logo, different colors, different typographies, and it really kind of ruins that brand consistency. So with that, you have this. You're good to go on any print design stuff that you're going to do, but we also take care of you after that. So a lot of companies are going to launch your website and wish you good luck. Well, we don't do that. We take care of your website and we want to make sure that it's well taken care of. So with that, what you get every month with our care plan is, so all those keywords that we researched, we're actually taking those from the spreadsheet and we're putting them into a rank tracker. And you're going to get a report on this every month. We can track up to 100 keywords for you. In this case, we're tracking them all. And this is just an example I pulled up here. This is Arizona Pump Services. We're actually ranking #1 for 25 of the most important keywords. So they do well and pump service. So pump and well service, #1. Pump well service water pump. So you see right here, this is a third-party system too. So we can't edit this. We can't change this. This is just... the system goes to Google, Google's the keyword, and reports back to where you're at. So a lot of other things we do with this, not just keyword ranking, but this is probably one of the most important, is we do daily backups on the server. We also do daily backups on offsite so that we always have access, so you're not going to ever lose your website. With backups in multiple locations. We go in and we do, because WordPress is open source and requires the WordPress core and plugins, we actually do updates on those to make sure everything's good. And we manually check that too. We're doing link monitoring, see if you have any broken links. In this case, we have one. So what we would do is we go in there and fix that. It just reports to us. That's for really user experience and also Google as well. We do security checks. So we're checking for vulnerabilities as well as malware. And we do free malware removal if we haven't been hacked in really 8 years since we've been using our new service provider. So yeah, we pay $500 a month just for a high performance server to that's fully managed to put your website on, and then we layer our services on top of that. So it's hard to beat. It's an awesome server. But yeah, we're doing malware scans, making sure your website is top notch. We're also doing speed optimization and monitoring. This is a big ranking factor in Google. So you want to make sure that your website loads fast, and Google cares about that because it impacts the user experience, right? So if Google shows your website and it's loading slow, Google can see that. Google can see someone hit your website, then hit the back button, right? That's called a bounce. So page speed is critical. Uptime, we're going to report any uptime, downtime to you. So you can see in this case, we have 99.99% uptime in the last 497 days. That is phenomenal. Any downtime is reported to you. So we have last downtime. This would be like a server restart or something like that occasionally. That's why it's generally you'll see 99.99 because occasionally servers need to be restarted or have updates. So again, your SEO rankings, and this report goes right to your email inbox every month on the 1st. So you have a really good idea. You're kind of sitting in the captain's chair on this stuff. And just makes it easier for you to run your business. And of course, for ongoing support, we're always here for you. If you need edits for the website, you just hit us up. We just charge an hourly rate for that. And we're here for you. And we like to really consult you and coach you along the way, because there are a lot of things to do in order to continually make progress like this, ranking number 1 here. So we're always here for you. We want to make sure, keep your eyes on the horizon, and really just make sure that you're continually making progress day after day, month after month, year after year, in terms of your online visibility, so you can continue to grow your business online. Because the more visibility that you have locally, the more leads you're going to get. So other than that, if you have any questions, my name is Nate with Bluesoft, and you can reach me at 623-204-0767 or shoot me an email. Talk to you soon.